Hey guys, my name is Maisha. We're gonna be talking about the mental health of black men and the resources that they need. Each and every one of the boys here will be sharing their stories about what they think about those specific situations. So here we have Wendell. Introduce yourself.
Wendell, you already know the vibes.
Alright, August.
Rico.
Marlon.
Nathan. Scotty.
My first question for you guys is, how do black people struggle with mental health in general? What do you guys think about this specifically?
First thing foremost, black men, we don't really talk about those type of things.
Even growing up type
Facts.
you never really have a conversation with your parents. You can tell them where you messed up because you're gonna get judged for it, right? So I feel like those things when you grow up, you're just trying to learn to deal with things by yourself. You just keep it to yourself, and then kind of like just deal with it by yourself.
Don't
So
you
I
guys
feel like we
think
kind of
it's...
grew up just getting used to that. So at some point it just becomes regular. I could be with niggas that do the dumbest shit. It don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still love them for who they are. Like, they could be the worst person out there, you know what I'm saying, to everybody else. But then, that's my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
And
so in a way, it doesn't really affect, you know how people, they say, you know what, tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, as friends, for example, me personally, I've gone through a whole lot of phases where I feel like I was different version of myself, you know? I've gone through me being maybe a good influence on other people or a bad influence on other people. But every phases of it, I never felt like I was doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just a situation you're in. You just deal with it as best as you can. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
If I'm there and I'm judging you for whatever you're going through, type shit, I don't know what might happen for you tomorrow. You might wake up the next day and change your whole life all around. You know what I'm saying? And me as a good friend, if I'm there shitting on you for it, it doesn't make me better. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be there with you. Maybe I'll give you the best advice as I could, telling you, yo, you could try this, you could try that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like nowadays, when it comes to loyalty for people, it all depends on how much you're bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what the memories we had together. You know what I'm saying?
Don't focus on what other people think. Just do use.
But I feel like people are just scared of getting hurt, fam. You know those ones?
Alright.
People are just scared. Like, people are so good at protecting their own. Like, when you're genuinely good, and then like, you kind of like putting yourself in a situation where you might get hurt. Most people, they freak out. That's what they say. You know when you say it's a sacrifice? Because you see it like that. You know what I'm saying? You be like, well, who am I? Like, I'm already doing better. Why would I even put myself at risk? I'm hanging with this guy that probably has beef with this person. Maybe I might get shot and be a victim. You can see it like that. But at the same time, you might not realize, but like what you say to someone, it has a big impact on them, you know? Like for me, being a barber where I deal with people every day, you know what I'm saying? I'm like that hood, therapist that talk to niggas on a regular talk. Real shit,
all of
and I feel like,
all of problems, baby.
but I feel like it's one of those, personally, it helped me a whole lot, because I feel like I see people going through things I've already gone through, you know? I see people going through things I've never even gone through, you know? But then, it's always the same thing. Most people, they know what's the right thing to do. But the thing is, it's just like, no one around believed them. They could do better, you know what I'm saying? I've had niggas that tells me, yo, but I want to do this with my life. But like, I know he can go and tell his mom that. He can't tell his, family that. Because at the end of the day, they don't believe in it. I've been in the same position myself, you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like it's one of those where if you have one of the homies that even gives you that, that little time of the day, yeah, bro, I know you can do this. Just that little, that little thing you need, that little boost you need,
Boost.
Voila, you can do anything you want, you know what I'm saying? I truly believe that. But most people, I feel like for men, they go through life without that little sound, that positive, until they say, you know what, fuck it, I can do this, just do it. You know what I'm saying? But most people, it's either you're gonna meet someone that's gonna tell you that, or you know what, and most men, you're gonna meet a shorty that's gonna believe in you. But again, you might not be good at relationship and fuck it up, and then you realize it'll click in at some point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe it should be a good influence on you, just don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because you just wasn't on that same,
On that,
you
just,
know?
yeah.
Not on the same page.
Yeah.
But you'll learn it eventually, you know what I'm saying?
My other question when it comes to this is, what can we do to help black men open up more? Like, what can we do for black men to open up more? Like, I don't know if you guys notice. If you look at like a white woman when she's with a black man, basically, if the black men are going through something specific, they'll do whatever to make sure that their man is okay. But when it's us black girls, like, why you being a bitch? What do you mean? Like, let him open up. What is it? Like, what do you guys think about that specifically? And why?
That's a fact.
Is it more a struggle for you guys to open up? Is it because of society?
I feel like you're gonna
Is it
ask
because
me,
of
I'm
those
gonna-
things?
You can
like,
start that.
you
Man,
guys-
okay, so let's be real. Black families are literally destroyed. most of women or mothers are single mothers, and they're raising their daughters as to be, you know, independent, strong, literally be masculine, right? So literally. If a black woman meets a black guy who is probably more sensitive, who just talks about his feelings or whatsoever, she'll be like, yo, this guy's a pussy. I don't want to be dealing with that.
Bitch.
You know? So like,
that's right.
So you can't really blame.
It shouldn't be that way though. If you think
tough
about it,
because it's really tough. Because I there's times where I've been into dealing with people and I've been open, and then because me being open, it put me down. They probably look at me different, you know, vulnerable. You know? So like, it's really tough. You know, that's why tough. Us men, black men, we like to keep a strong. You know,
I mean, some men in general, you just want to be you. You know what I'm saying? You just want to, if you're a softie, you want to be yourself without being judged type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's the problem. I mean, personally, I think in this whole thing, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, we're quick to point fingers. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's the other people. Nah. I don't think it's like that. First of all, like, if you look at just how, just ourselves, you know what I mean? From your household type, how you raised especially, it wouldn't matter. Let's say if you had, I don't know, open communications, if you had you know, that comfortability for you to just express yourself, you'd probably just be, you'd probably be fine, you know what I'm saying? But some people, again, if you're not used to, again, most daughters do the same thing, you know? I mean, in our culture, Haitian culture, bro, like, they're not really, I mean, they're raised to just be, like, you know, proper, church, whatever it is, just be good, you know what I'm saying? But again, like, as men, same thing. So I mean, that's why we're not compatible in a way, because I feel like, personally, I've been in like situations where I feel like maybe I had a crush on some shorty that was a church shorty, you know? But because I feel like I wasn't in church and I was not doing non-holy stuff, I know for a fact I wouldn't be accepted. So what's the point of me trying to change why? Because I feel like it's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? Like rocking braids, earrings, tattoos. Right. Man, you can't bring a nigga like that to church. You know what I'm saying?
That they perceive it as vagabond. So that's true.
I'm not even gonna try this. I'll just, you know, I'll be on my ones.
Yeah. Me, I think in general, us black men, when we want like express a feeling or work on our mental health, we go do our hobbies, you know? That's how we like express ourselves or relax ourselves, like let's say it's sports, video games or whatever. But most of the time, if you see like a black man trying to express their feelings, they use it as a weapon later on. They keep it in their memory, and when he has an argument with his woman, she brings that up.
She throws it in her face.
She throws it on.
Sadly, if you open up to your girl or to society, at some point, when that person gets mad, you're gonna hear that shit back.
We're not saying it's unfortunate, and it's not good, all of them, but it's not good though.
No,
it shouldn't be that way.
Once you trusted that person, right? Everybody here on the table probably had that one person that they trusted the most, and they said that sensitive topic to that person, and they got thrown that in their face once they got into an argument. That's why guys just stop opening up at like period. Because once you say that one thing and you throw it back in our face, we're like, whoa, it's like that, and then we just decide just never again, you know.
The common sense that is, oh, it's okay, it's all good, it's fine, it's a safe space.
For women, right? If they feel something, they have to talk about it right now and get it out of the system. Think about it, as a man, how many times have you seen your brother sitting down and tell your mom how he's feeling? Or how many times have you seen your dad having a conversation with your mom about how he's feeling? And your whole life, how many times have you seen that?
I've never seen it.
As men, if we have a problem with a girl, that's between me and my girl. Simple as that. But most girl, when you have a problem with your girl, it's between you and her friends.
Thank you.
Everybody knows.
Next.
Those type of girls that does that are girls. Women don't do that.
Man, even the moms. If I do something right now, people in Haiti gonna know about it.
That's actually a fact.
Before we even talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you guys understood what I said. Let me ask you guys this. Okay, you guys are with a woman, like you guys say, you guys are with a woman. If you see that woman has that mentality where she can't even come to you first and talk to you about things, and she's making a scene every time in front of every people to make you look bad. Would you stay with her? Would you stay with them?
Why would you stay with
No, no.
Some men would.
No. Listen, answer me. No. Answer me sincerely, because for me, when I say that's a girl, I'm not talking about her age or whatever. I'm talking about the mentality. Mm-hmm. She has a girl mentality in a woman's body. Mm-hmm. That's differently. That's totally different from what I'm trying to say. I would never be with a man that does the same thing. I'll be like, okay, well, you're not mature for me enough. You're not where I want to be with you. We cannot build something together, and you cannot provide. You cannot walk with me on God's path. Why would I stay with you?
Unfortunately, that's 98% of women.
And that's fine. You guys can still find some good, genuine women. Like, I can actually find a genuine good ass man.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that this generation of women is the same as the other one?
Hell.
Yes or no?
You guys are looking at the wrong places.
So, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So six guys, right, on the panel said no.
That's very
so that means that we all know that something is wrong.
Okay, what do you want in a woman in this generation?
So listen. I want a woman, right? When she's at fault, she can just say sorry. Oof. And okay, guys, do you agree? Yeah. Everything I'm gonna say, do you guys agree? Okay, cool.
We'll say yes.
Okay,
let's go.
Next, keep going. When you're at wrong, do not play victim. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sir.
What is a woman's biggest kryptonite? Accountability.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
Let me ask you a question. We all have the same word.
That's crazy.
I live a different life from him. How come we all agree on the same thing?
Like women can agree on the same thing too.
You can't be right if you're right. You know what I'm saying? Someone has to compromise. And you're not gonna go to the club and find a wife. Personally, I wouldn't go to the club to find a wife.
Well, if
you know what I'm saying?
To find a wife,
no. But I'm saying that's what I said. But check.
I'm sorry.
But think about it. Every time you want to meet a girl, where do you go? Do you go to church to meet them, or you go to the club to the bar?
Church don't even allow.
Time I've entered substantial, like long-term relationship, it's always when I wasn't looking.
Exactly.
So if you're doing what you have to do, like improve your life, do what you have to do. You know, get closer to God, do whatever you got to do. Yeah. Usually, things tend to fall into place. Yes. I know that sounds like super cliche, but they literally do tend to fall into place.
Should we carry what we were learned from our parents' pride and open up more to our kids?
Yes and no.
What do you mean by that?
Fact.
Yes and no.
Like, should we carry what we were learned from our parents?
So,
like, okay, you're Haitian, right? Your parents see certain things different way. L'école, la caille, l'église, DDV.
Yes and no.
What makes you say
yes, because there are certain like habits that it's good to keep, right? Like? For example, like you see how in the black community, there's respect is a big thing, right? Yes. If you go in other communities, the respect is not a big deal. Respect is a big, like respecting your parents. The kid respects his parents, all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then no, like we said earlier, we can't talk about our feelings to our parents, though. Mm-hmm. I think that's very bad. Like growing up, I used to hide shit from my parents, right? That, you know, I could have been in danger, but I can't tell them because I know it's worse if I tell them. But you're my parent. You're supposed to know everything. Even if you don't agree with it completely, you're supposed to know everything. I don't think black parents allow our kids to have that openness with them.
Strict parents create sneaky kids.
As parents, like raising us with discipline and that, it's cool and that. Mm-hmm. But there's some place and time for everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like you need.
Don't be extreme.
I can give an example with that. So where I work in social work, I'm a manager, for example, right? And I pretty much have good rapport with the entirety of my staff, like I was telling you, right? Mm-hmm. I'm the type of manager where, like, I know for a fact that my staff don't fear me, but I know damn well that they respect me. If they were in some shape or form like scared of me, it's probably because they would be afraid of letting me down if they don't do their job, if they call in sick, if they show up late. While there's another one you can compare where you can clearly see him putting like the fear in their eyes. But is that fear or respect? I couldn't tell you, but I think you can have them mutually exclusive. I think it's possible. It depends on how you approach the situation.
Both, to be honest, we all here respect and fear God. We fear him for if we disrespect his words, we're gonna get punished, right? But we respect him because God is loving, God cares, God is here for whenever we need something. We just have to go on our knees, like, oh God, please forgive me, and our sins are already forgiven. So we respect him, we love him for that, but we also fear him, afraid of that if we disrespect his words, something's gonna happen. I don't think that you should always let your kids have a word to say in certain situations, but I think in the right situation where you see that it can benefit them, you can allow them to talk, and it's fine. But if I see that my kid doesn't get something and it might lead to his loss, get off in Bali. You know what I mean?
This is that. No. I agree.
There's some things that you cannot sit with me and be like, oh no, moi je dis, toi tu dis B, je dis C, tu dis non. Pas tu parler ça avec, you know? But there's some times where if it's benefit for you, I can say that it's beneficial for you. Let's have that talk. Like, come sit beside me. Let's talk about it.
First of all, it's good that we're talking about that right now because we're future parents, right? But I also think they pass it on generations after generations.
This is why you need to break the general curse.
Yo, I've been in church where I had my earrings on, my braids on, and this guy started talking about people that smokes weed. You know, and he's looking at me. But you know what I'm saying? So check. Personally, we don't only just get judged at our own house, bro, but everywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can be a blind man, just the way
things are
you know what I'm saying?
though.
I feel like no cow. Like, I have a big head because I have braids. It doesn't mean I'm going around to do bad stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But listen,
and I tell my mom, however I'm dressed, it don't make me no bad person.
Let me say something.
It shouldn't matter, you know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is. No cap. That's everywhere.
And
even white people see you somehow, they'll have that. You know
and this is why I like when some of you, I see you guys with dreads and everything. I like when I know my parents' generation, they're never gonna accept. I have long hair too. They're never gonna accept that, right? But we have to keep it like that image so people stop associating that with bad stuff. The reason they associate earrings and long hair is because back then most drug dealers, they look like that.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
And they don't want you to be like that. Same with anybody with long hair, right? It means that you're doing something bad. But that's what our generation. I like what we're doing. We're changing that.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And too, when I saw another nigga with dreads, I don't judge you, right? Yeah. Unless you're moving funny though. Yeah. Right? That has nothing to do with your dreads. It's just just because you have dreads, I'm not gonna judge you different. I'm not gonna treat you different. Like same with braids, anything.
Yeah. I seen a nigga with dreads working at the bank. Like,
see,
it's good that we're changing and everything. Yeah,
but I feel like also how Black History Month, right? This is my thing about it. Every time, even in high school, I always hear about it. It's one of those moments where people kind of like you tell people to kind of feel bad for what we've been through, But me, I've came to see it as a way to kind of like showcase the goodness of Black people and everywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that are like super qualified, that have doctorate degrees because they dress a certain type of way. When they go up at a job, they just assume you're like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But society's changing. Haven't you realized that?
Slowly, though.
Yeah,
slowly but progressively.
Yeah. But it's because I feel like more people are just not scared to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Regardless on whatever your parents are telling you when they come see you, you're looking at a specific way. You okay taking those things. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I was gonna say about parenting as well. There's no books that tells you how to be a parent. Simple as that. I feel like as young people, you've gone through those things that personally, even me, I have a kid right now, where I feel like some things I've gone through in my life, I feel like it was good. Some things I feel like I've learned from my household, it was good, and certain things I want to do better, different. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna reproduce that on your kid.
Exactly. Yeah. Like for example, like even church, I know like back home it was a regular thing. You go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
Without even knowing why. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't go, you were one of them bad kids in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And if you look at it too nowadays, we all, most people claim they're religious, but when they go to church, bro, they don't even understand what this guy is saying.
They're the most judgmental, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're the most judgmental.
We talked about this on FaceTime yesterday.
But some people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people, they're here, like they're there with you, but then they're thinking the most devious shit about you.
Yeah.
And I'm there. I'm already getting judged at home. I get judged at the streets. I can even be at church in peace. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, this is how it is, negativity. If you go everywhere, you find it, you're gonna start cut. You're gonna stop going there. Simple as that, you know. Because at the end of the day, you're choosing to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, you don't go to church. This guy, you know, vagabond.
Yeah.
You know, you got dreads. Vagabond.
Yeah.
You know, someone else sees you. This guy. You know, or even the police, they'll say, you know what, you match this other guy's description because you look like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's in a way where you have to be okay with yourself, and I feel like you accepting who you are, simple as that, and just move accordingly to how you feel about you. You know what I'm saying? It's not in a way where most people, they might be ignorant about it, you know, because they might not know why you do certain things, you know, or why you got this type of hairstyle. Regardless of you might feel insecure about your hairline, you get dressed for it. They don't care. They don't care about it. They just see it or just assume you're a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to add something of like what Rico just said. It's something that I always tell my mom, and my mom hate when I say it. I always tell my mom, like my mom think like she always saw me as a mal élevé, vagabond, like you guys said.
Okay.
Just because I always have that mentality that I don't want to be like the rest of my family, where all they did was l'école, l'église, la caille, got married, have kids, and that's their life for them.
But I think she's
For
mad
me-
because that hurts her when you say that.
No,
It
I
hurts her, no?
didn't tell her like that. I told her like, well, it was a little bit worse as a kid. You know, as a kid, when you get actually mad to a certain point, you just explode, right?
Yeah.
But I told my mom before that I don't care who you are. I don't care you're my mom. I don't care you're my dad. I don't care you're the pastor. I don't care you're the president. I do not live for you. I do not live for anybody here. If you guys do not like what I do, that's okay. That's you. My path is between me and God. God knows. If God showed me something and he said, I see this in you, like I have a small business that I kind of put on pause. Nobody in my family has a business. But nobody was okay for me dropping school for a year, going back to school. I'm the only person in my family that's in finance, that had work in the bank, had work in the parliament, had work in accountability, comptabilité. I have my own business, and now they see me, oh, petite moi, my daughter. Because if you see that you have a vision, I just think that you should be okay with letting them judge you for now.
Absolutely.
Because 3-4 years later, they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Because it's not everybody that's gonna understand, because it's not everybody that have the same vision.
That's right.
Right? So I would always say, I always tell my friends or my closest people, who cares? Who cares if they don't get it now? They don't have to get you. It doesn't matter if they're your family. It doesn't matter if they're your friends. It doesn't matter if it's your girl, your boyfriend. It doesn't matter who they are. They don't get it because they don't have the vision that you have. Once you get to that point, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I get it.
You have a friend or somebody's friend who has like a store of merchandise whatsoever. You're so quick to support that one, but yet your friend who's been doing business, you don't support them. For what?
And also,
for what? I don't see the point.
To add to that, I think I don't even want to talk about that.
That's a
But you're gonna offend a lot of people talking about.
But
this
yo,
question.
I think we have that cheap mentality, bro. You know how when your friend starts something, I hate that too. Like when your friend starts something and then you're looking for a discount, bro. You know that's one thing that you didn't say. I hate that, bro. I don't like that, bro.
That's one of them though.
Yeah, when my friend starts something, I pay full price and I'll tip you. You know, I'll give you a tip.
Yeah, support them. Support them.
The second part I feel like is different as well. You know, when you have a business, right, and then you have your friends that comes to you. This is where sometimes most people get it confused as well. You know, just because he's your friend doesn't mean he deserves a shittier like services compared to your actual clients. You know what I'm trying to say? You ever have those like?
Well, he's still your client.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's that treatment that matters because he's paying for it regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is one of those where even me as a business owner, where I don't know, it's kind of tricky, you know, because I feel like even my boys where. If they call me, yo, can I pull up for a haircut? I'm like, yo, I can't. I have someone else. Because someone else already prioritized that time. Regardless of you being my boy, I can't just tell the other person, yeah, but wait, give me one extra hour.
Yeah, that's disrespect. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because in a way, I can be a real nigga to you, but I'm being a fuck, you know, like, I'm messing up my own thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For you at the same time.
It's bad for
I feel
your
like it goes two ways, you know what I'm saying? Again, with business, That's the difference. You can't take nothing personal. No cap.
Really
Exactly.
If it's working,
I like that line.
if
business, bro.
You know, but people say it like this without even realizing it. You know, like I'm sure I have some of my friends that's probably mad at me. They no cap. I wouldn't even know why. You know, they be like, yo Rico. You know, they be like, yo Rico. You don't answer my phone call. Like, it's like, bro, I'm busy. No cap. Like, I can either focus on making sure. When you come to me, your service is proper, or you come to me and I'm talking to the other guy while I'm cutting you up, and then trying to take another customer while I'm dealing with you. Simple as that, you know. But the thing is, some people they just, you know, it's just a selfish, you know. They just think for themselves. They don't think about you in that aspect, you know. And the thing is, when you know your business itself, most of the time it's always gonna be strangers at first, you know, because like again. Imagine your friends, you go tell your boy that you grew up with, you know, yeah, bro, I'm gonna be a rapper. This guy's like, yo, this guy's lost it. I know this nigga, you know, like
this guy mad.
You know, like he's not even sick with it. You know, why would I believe in this guy when I'm listening to Lil Baby? Next thing you know, your boy makes it, and then you know what? The same friends, yeah, I know this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like when people they want to believe in something that's already there. Nobody wants to grind with you when you're at the bottom. You know.